this lesson we are going to continue exploring the basic boxing drills. So I hope you have been practicing the previous lesson whereby we explored the connection between the body and the arm, namely the transference of power from the hip into the arm just by throwing the arm out. That's the foundation. You want to be able to mobilize the body like so that the arm just being thrown out of the body. And yet that's not a punch. That's just a mobility connectivity drill. Today we gotta explore punching, namely two basic punch of boxing, that is being the jab and the cross. Yeah. First of all, position of the fist. In punching, we want the fist to be grabbed like this, such that I'll fold my forefingers and then the thumb on top of the first or the second phalanges of the index finger here. Yeah, it's not here. No, it's not anywhere else. Not there. It's not this. I saw people doing that. We fold forefingers and the thumb flexed like this on top of the first phalanges of the index and the middle finger to a certain extent. Yeah, that is to prevent thumb from being broken from the impact of the punch and keep it out of the way. It shouldn't be here on top of the index finger. It should be just on the phalanges. Yeah, so that's the fist. We want to form a fist like this. Fist for punching should not be loose. Yeah, loose fist, you put the power of the body behind it, you break the wrist. So second part, the wrist must be in line with the forearm. Yeah, not like this, not this, in line. One line from the forearm through the wrist, because if it's flexed in any of these shapes, punch will come and it will again either break or injure the wrist, which we don't want. So fist formed in line, in both arms, obviously, because we're gonna be punching with both arms at some point. Then, for the punching, the position of the feet must come into a martial stance, so-called. So, if you start here, feet parallel, I will open one foot on 45, say my right foot, and then I put my left foot, heel where toe was, facing forward, yeah. That would be the martial stance. Here I still can fold and unfold into the hip crease, which is what I want. Now, let's start with a jab. Jab is done with the arm, which is the same arm on the same side which the front foot is on. So in this case, it's gonna be left arm. If I were to stand in this stance, jab would be done with right arm, because the right foot is forward. So I'm here. Now, I'm going to engage the hip. I'm going to turn the hip in, as we've been studying in the lesson of the hip turning. And that folding of the hip is what's going to move my arm out and throw it out. So, I'm going to show it to you from the side. Stand like this. The hip's gonna go forward first. Hip, then the arm. Yeah. Hip, shoulder, elbow, fist. Once again, hip, shoulder, elbow, fist. Like so. So if we start with our pelvis square facing forward, yeah, the jab will create this deviation, yeah, such that the left side of the pelvis will be facing forward more. Obviously, in martial stance, we also sink the pelvis so that we are lowering our center of mass. And it goes like so. Sink the center of mass, left hip forward, jab. Then draw it back in, centralize the pelvis, jab. Draw back, jab. draw back, jab. The other arm, in this case right arm, fist, is very close to the face, on the line of your jaw, kind of in between the jaw and the ear. So it protects you, in case of the combative situation, from the impact from this side. And we keep it there all the time. So as I punch, front hip, left hip forward, initiating the punch, then drawing it back in, left arm comes back towards the chin, then hip forward, arm follows. No separate movement of the arm, just arm forward. No, that's power of the arm, not enough power in the arm. Power of the body must be behind the punch. So we use the hip. So do this first many times. You want to mobilize the power of the hip. The arm must be relatively relaxed, just similar to this drill in here. Yet, as we manifest the punch here, the structure of the fist in line with the forearm, fist properly clasped, must be sustained, yeah? Your gaze remains fixed on one point in front of you. So even though my hips turn, my eyes don't travel together with it, because of course I will turn away from my target if I turn my head away. So gaze fixed, arm here, and as we punch, the final position of the fist is this. It's horizontal, so the top of the fist is parallel to the ground. This would be another kind of punch. This would be another kind of punch. For the jab, it's completely straight. Top of the fist parallel to the ground. Boom. Yeah. As we draw it back, it comes in here. So the fingers are turned towards my cheek. And as it's thrown out, the fingers are facing the ground. Boom, 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 boom. So work it this way. Keep connecting the hip to the arm. Make sure that there is no separate movement of the arm. Must be connected. Must be connected. Hip turns, shoulder moves. Gaze fixed. Another arm is guarding near the ear. So do it many times. Practice like this on both sides. Try the other side. Again, starting in a flat stance, open the foot 45, step forward, and same. This time right arm, hip forward, punch, draw back in. Hip forward, punch, draw back in. And do it many times. In this case, left arm is gonna be guarding by my ear and my jaw. This is what we guard in the jaw, particularly very weak spot. If you receive a punch in the jaw, easily breakable. So hip goes forward, then hip draws back, and arm is pulled back in. Hip goes forward, arm is released. Hip goes back, arm is pulled in. Gaze fixed. Then absorb the mind into the body. Let go of any unnecessary tension in your arm. Nothing must stand in the way of this kinetic chain from the hip through the body, through the torso, mobilizing the muscles of the torso, through the shoulder. Shoulder must be loose and relaxed. into the fist. So that kinetic chain from the foot, in fact, through the hip, manifesting in the knuckles. Like this. This is jab. Cross. Let's do it again on the left side, left foot forward. Is going to be the arm, which is on the same side as the back leg, in this case right arm. So again, bring my hands up. Yeah. And this time I'm going to turn the right hip. Yeah. Draw back. Right hip forward. Draw back. Left arm is guarding by the jaw. Now we are working the right hip forward and the right fist. So do this many times. Again, make sure that there is nothing standing in the way of this hip turn and the manifestation as a punch. So release the tensions through the shoulder, through the arm. Then in the cross, to a great extent we are using the power of the foot driving into the ground as well. So it's this power. Just consider the cross as carrying more power, more body weight behind it, because we have this leverage of the back foot to deliver power forward. Yeah. It's not only hip, but also the foot, the leg. Of course, on the jab we also have this foot contacting the ground, but to a lesser extent. Cross more. Yeah. And on the other side as well. Here, left hip, left foot, boom, back in. Hip forward, then hip back, draw arm back. Needless to say, your knees must be pinned in line with the feet, as we explored in previous lessons. So as you deliver the cross punch, your knees must not be going all over the joint. In line with the feet, pinned, such that the power transfers directly from the ground through the body into the punch. Yeah? So practice these two a lot. If you want to develop this power, martial impact. In the martial stance, jab, separately, stand alone, then cross, separately, stand alone, just cross many times. Then connect them together, jab, cross. Say on the left side, I'll start here, my pelvis centralized, jab, left hip forward, yeah, and then straight away from here, cross. As we do cross, left arm is being pulled towards the left cheek. Then again, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, and so forth. Very mechanical, just punch by punch. Make sure that the movement originates from the hip. Jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. Same on the other side. Jab, cross, jab, cross. From the hip. Gaze fixed in front. Now, jab, cross, quickly. So we start here, arms in front, one arm close to the chin, another in front, jab, arm is always in front, jab, cross, back, jab, cross, back. So we quickly throw in the right hip forward, then left hip, and drawing the arms back into the initial position here, yeah? So here, left arm in front of the chin, right arm in front on the central line. So, jab, cross, yeah? Jab, cross, jab, cross. Same on the left side. Jab, cross, jab, cross. And again, this drill itself many times. Many times. Now, you can practice these drills. First jab on its own many times, then cross on its own many times, then this mechanical animal jab cross, then quick jab cross. Boom, boom, back to the stance. Boom, boom, back to the stance. Then, if you have an access to a punching bag, that would be the next step to practice. Same combination of movements, jab, cross, in the same sequence. First we do standalone jab, then standalone cross, then jab, cross, quickly. So, if I were to do it here again, martial stance, this one I'll do right foot forward for you to see better. Left arm in front of the chin, right in front on the central line. And I'm just gonna work my jab. Jab, 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 hip first. You don't need to bring too much power into the punch at first. You need to bring the exactness of the technique, such the power is generated from the hip. Your fist is positioned correctly, your gaze is fixed, another arm is guarding by the side. Many times. Then work on the cross. Make sure you bring in the pelvis back, returning, then charging, delivering the punch. Then jab, cross. Here you don't have to train this mechanical boom boom, just do quick one, jab, cross, yeah? Jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, on both sides obviously. Again on the left side, just jab first, then just cross. Then jab, cross. And so forth. So these drills, like I said in the first video, will help you to develop this kind of connectivity, this ability to mobilize, organize the power of the body behind the punch. So here we want the ground be behind our punch, mobilized through the action of the hip and the delivery through the fist. The body which can organize itself behind the punch such that it is, well, durable, robust, non-wavering, is something that you would like to have for, well, many other practices for life itself. It's a very good skill to develop, to preserve your integrity in the situations of, well, uncertainty, I would say. So I'll work on these techniques, first jab and cross, and further down the line I'll introduce further more patterns for boxing, which we'll explore. Thank you.